Hi, my name is Mandolin Royal, and today I've got a lot of work to do with the babies that are 4 weeks and less. I've got to move some birds around and get them organized. And I start by getting their spaces ready. So there's no babies in here yet, but I have the light turned on to get it warmed up. Full feeder, full drinker. I'm going to move 2 different groups in here after having cleaned it out from the prior batch and spraying some sanitizer in there. That has this already. So now I'm going to head back to the barn, get some birds ready to put in here. So one of the things on my to-do list today was to pull a fresh batch of chicks out of the incubator. I moved out the chicks that were here, and they went off to the brooder shed. They were only 2 weeks old, so I didn't weigh them or sort them for gender or anything. I'm going to give them another 2 weeks to keep growing before I do that. But I wanted to go over the setup I have for fresh babies. I have the water closer to their heat source. I want them to find that first for hydration. Their feeder, I've got a little trail of food. The most vigorous and hungry chicks are going to find that and work their way over here. And they're going to teach the other ones about where that is. And I have puppy pee pads over top of pine shavings. This shows a good contrast of what's food. I want them to learn that pretty quick. After the first 3 or 4 days, I can take these and roll them up underneath. I have nice and clean shavings. Their heat lamp doesn't have a poultry bulb in there. Those poultry bulbs are usually either 125 watts or 250 watts. And the 250 watt bulbs are a lot for a brooder this size. This is 2 foot by 4 foot. The bulb that's in there is a 50 watt reptile bulb, and that's proved to be perfect for this space and inside of these conditions. So now that I have it all set up, it's time to pull out the tray of chicks and get them in here and settled. So I've added the new babies into their brooder. There's 2 of them that are a little questionable. This one and this one. This one a little bit too. I'm going to give them some time and see how they do. But the rest of them are ready to go. Tick, 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 tick. They're being very busy. They hatched yesterday, so they've had 24 hours to dry out and get up and get going. I do have a vitamin mix in their water. I do that for the first water, and after that it's just plain water. It's not something that I keep going, I just do it once for those first couple of drinks. Tick, 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 tick. That one found a drink. I'll be checking in on them a couple times today, showing them where their water is. That one found it. Wasn't crazy about it. You can also go through and dip their beak one by one into the water drinker, but I've found that I can just point it out to a couple and they teach the rest of them. This one seems to be having a tricky time finding his feet. We'll see. Exercise can help that a lot. As long as they can grow up to a healthy 16 weeks, I don't want to call too soon. I don't want to miss a meal. I guess that's one way to look at it. If they've got good odds of getting through, I'll let them go ahead and get through. These guys up here looking at food and water first. They're probably going to end up being the stronger birds. Just seems to be the way that it pans out more often than not. But there's more stuff I need to do today. Can't spend the whole day looking at cute little chicks. She gets stuck. Usually I'll use a smaller chick-sized drinker, but there's so many in here. I went with the bigger one. One just fell in it, which happens. And if there seems to be a couple that are having issues figuring it out, then I can switch back to that little one. I just let the birds tell me what to do based on how they're acting and what's going on. Things can vary from one batch to another. These are all hatched out of one pen. I wanted to see what that pen arrangement was going to throw forward. Most of these look pretty good. They're very noisy. They're ready to come out of there. But more to do, more to do. Alright, so normally I have all three of these spots open for sorting, but I have little Miss Broody in there. I'm going to see if I can make this work with two. I emptied out my grow pen of all the babies in there. I like these flip lid totes for moving around birds. It's not very warm here, so I don't have to have holes in it this time of year. But the first thing I'm going to do is go through and sort for gender. I'm going to put the girls on one side and the boys in another. That's the first thing I want to figure out. When I was picking them up, it looks like it's going to be a boy heavy batch. This one right here is for sure a boy. When I was looking at the calendar, these guys are a lot closer to 5 weeks than 4 weeks. There's one boy. Good leg color coming. Messy butt. That's not good at that age. Here's another boy. I like to go for what's obvious first. Gosh, you're chunky. This one just feels hefty. Decent leg color, but the front of his middle toe is pink. He's keeping his butt clean. Who else we got? You're a boy. He doesn't feel as meaty as the other ones. Definitely a boy. Good foot color coming. Let me see. Oh, you're a boy. The pink combs at this age are really a giveaway. He's smaller and shorter than the others. We can see that already. Definitely a boy, though. Come here, you're a boy. Let's see. Oh, yeah, for sure. A little paler in the leg color than the other ones. You're a boy. Oh, you're a chunky boy. You got pretty good foot color coming in, too. That's the most promising one we've found yet. You're a boy. Ooh, you're fat, too. My goodness. Stay there. Don't jump. How are your feet? Oh, a little late. And these guys are coming off of peat moss, which does seem to help them be dirty birds. You're probably a boy, you feel like it. The boys are going to be in a completely different weight class than the girls. They always gain faster. That one had promising foot color coming in. Are you a girl? You look like a nosy little girl. What do you sound like? You scream like a girl. See how, hey, the comb's pink, but it's not oversized. It's a little bit of a waddle, not much. I want to put it in the girl pen. And I'm doing that because I want to say it's a female, but if it's not, I don't want to have slow showing males. So we're just going to call that one a girl for now and see what happens. You're a girl. That little scream sound is a female noise. Good lake color coming. This one feels female, looks female. This one sounds a little boyish. Feels pretty chunky. Let's see your face. Yeah, that's a boy. I've had to do this for a lot of years to get to where I can go through them like this with a relatively high degree of accuracy. Oh, you're a boy. I don't know if you can tell the difference in the scream, but there's the much higher, taller, pinker comb. But the noises too, if you listen to them. That is a protesting boy. I'm going to call this one female or underperforming male. Female. I hope you guys can see what I'm seeing. Hard to explain. Can you make more noises? You're tricky. You sound female, you feel female. Girl pen for that one. Female. So it looks like we got 7 girls or hidden males, 10 probably males. This one, no, that's a boy. So now that I know what I'm looking at gender-wise, I'm going to get the scale out and figure out who the biggest ones are. The biggest ones, I'm going to put back where they came from, over here in this grow pen. And by having a lot fewer birds in that amount of space, it's really going to give them a chance to optimize their growth. The smaller ones I'm going to put over in the brooder shed. And then here in another 4 weeks, we're going to weigh them again, see if anything changed or if anyone sprouted up out of nowhere to be a surprise out of the brooder pen. I'm going to need both hands for the next spot. So we'll take a break and figure out what our results are after I get through these guys. Alright, so I've got them all weighed. The ones with the dots here are what I put back in the grow pen. So there's 4 boys and 3 girls in there. 1 pound 2 ounces, 1 pound 1 ounce, 1 pound 2 ounces, and the 1 pounder because I liked his leg color. The girls, we got a 15 ounce, a 15 ounce, and a 13 ounce. They're the heaviest, and I also like their foot color. The rest of them I moved into the brooder shed. These guys have been reinstalled in here. We'll weigh them again in another 4 weeks. When they're 8 weeks old, we'll see if anyone from the other brooder catches up with where these guys will be. Sometimes that happens. So now that I have Little Miss Broody Britches checked on, babies weighed, sorted, and moved around, incubator emptied, brooders cleaned, now I can get on with doing some other stuff. But this is the batch where I was hoping to find a couple girls for Mr. Tornado. So the 3 females that are in here, we're going to watch them particularly closely to see if they end up with leg color dark enough to help offset Tornado, who tried to crow for the first time today. Did you want to do it again? No? We don't have to. But we're going to see if we can fix your pale feet and your kids, but hang on to some of that growth rate. He's so big. So that's all I got till some more babies are grown in and of age to be sorted out. Some more on this later. Oh yeah, these guys. These are our underperformers for growth rate compared to the others. Settled in. These are the 2 pushing 3-week-old babies out of the hatch room that moved out to make way for the others. Here in a week or 2 we'll sort them, see what's up with gender and initial weights. And they're close enough in age with the other ones that I'll be able to merge groups, separate by gender and growth. Everybody seems to be doing pretty good today.